What if I told you Earth was never ours to begin with? That every tree, every ocean, even the ground beneath your feet might belong to something older, darker, and far more intelligent than us. Sounds insane, right? But in Alien Earth, Episode 7 drops a revelation so disturbing, it flips the entire series on its head. Suddenly, humanity isn't the dominant species. It's just a pawn in someone else's experiment. And the real question isn't whether we survive, it's whether we were ever meant to. Now here's where it gets twisted. Ocellus, the so-called visionary, the man who swore he was humanity's savior, might actually be our executioner. His plan to reshape life isn't just reckless science. It might be the final key in unleashing an alien design that's been hiding in plain sight. But what if he's not the villain at all? What if Ocellus is the only one who actually understands the truth about who, or what, owns this planet? And trust me, once you see the signs, you'll never look at Earth the same way again. So buckle up, because tonight we're diving deep into the hidden codes, the forbidden knowledge, and the terrifying secrets Episode 7 didn't just show us. It dared us to notice. And once you notice, there's no going back. But here's the problem, and it's one that no one wants to admit. If Ocellus is right, then humanity's greatest fear isn't extinction. It's irrelevance. Think about it. Everything we've fought for, every sacrifice, every civilization we've built could be nothing more than set dressing for a species that was never the star of the show. And that's the kind of truth that terrifies us more than death itself. Episode 7 of Alien Earth shoves us face first into this nightmare. Suddenly, Ocellus isn't the eccentric dreamer we thought he was. He's a man playing chess with biology itself. And the board he's using, Earth. Every mutation, every hybrid creature we've seen isn't random. It's a move, a strategy, a signal that something much larger is unfolding. But here's the kicker: what if this game didn't start with him at all? What if humanity was already being steered, molded, rewritten long before Ocellus touched a scalpel? That's the kind of question that makes you pause the episode, stare at the screen, and whisper, "Wait, have we been missing it all along?" Because the problem isn't just Ocellus. The problem is that every single sign points to humanity being outnumbered, outclassed, and outplanned on its own home turf. And here's where I need you guys, because this isn't just a breakdown, it's a hunt. Do you think Ocellus is a genius who uncovered the truth too early, or a monster leading us to our doom? Drop your take below, because one of the best parts of this community is seeing how differently each of us connects the dots. And trust me, Episode 7 is full of dots. Here's the secret nobody's comfortable saying out loud. Ocellus didn't create the hybrids, he just triggered them. Look closer, and you'll see it: these mutations, these twisted forms of life, they were waiting dormant, like a code buried deep inside Earth's DNA. He didn't invent the pattern. He uncovered it. Which means that the so-called monsters we've been watching, they might not be alien intruders at all. They might be the Earth itself, finally waking up. Think about that for a second. Every culture, from the Mayans to the Egyptians, spoke about a cycle, ages of humanity rising and falling, wiped out by forces we can't control. What if Ocellus' hybrids are just the latest version of that cycle? Not an invasion, but an update, a reset. The Earth renewing itself through design. Suddenly, those creatures don't look like accidents, they look like successors. And the episode gives us hints. The camera lingers on symbols carved into the hybrid chambers, markings that don't look human. Ancient, geometric, precise, almost like instructions. Are these blueprints left behind by something else? Or are they the Earth's own way of guiding evolution? Either way, it means one terrifying thing: humanity was never the endgame. We were just the beta test. And here's where the tension spikes. Because if that's true, then Ocellus might be the only one who understands the playbook. To us, he looks reckless. To the hybrids, he might be a prophet. So here's my question to you. Imagine if he's right. Imagine that every step of human progress was just preparation for this moment. Would you fight it, or would you accept it? Because maybe resisting isn't bravery. Maybe resisting is the real mistake. But here's the catch. If Ocellus is the prophet, then who are we? Heroes fighting to save humanity, or background characters clinging to a story that was never about us in the first place? That's the kind of question this show forces on you. And I want you to answer it. Seriously, type it out right now. Would you stand with Ocellus, embracing a future where humans aren't on top, or would you fight against him, knowing it might mean extinction? I'm telling you, I'll be reading the comments like they're classified documents. And here's something I can't stop thinking about. Remember back in episode 3, when we first saw those faint outlines in the sky? Everyone thought they were just atmospheric glitches, a background effect. But what if that was the first warning? What if the hybrids weren't the threat, but the response to whatever's coming from above? Think about it. Episode 7 doesn't just introduce new monsters. It introduces the possibility that Ocellus is building soldiers, not enemies. And yeah, I'll admit it. I might be overanalyzing. Maybe I've just been staring at these frames at 3 a.m. with way too much coffee in my system. But come on, tell me I'm wrong. The writing is too deliberate, the camera angle's too precise, for this to be accidental. This isn't a horror story anymore. It's a survival manual. So here's my poll for you guys. Do you believe the hybrids are Earth's reset button? Or do you think they're the first wave of something worse? Because if episode 7 has taught me anything, it's that the real threat isn't what we've seen, it's what we haven't seen yet. And if the hybrids are just the beginning, then what comes next might not be survivable. And here's where it gets terrifying. If everything we've seen so far is just the opening act, then what's waiting in the shadows of episode 8? Because think about it, every great story saves its sharpest knife for the end. And this show, it's been sharpening since the very first scene. If Ocellus is searching for the perfect vessel, and the hybrids are only the prototypes, then maybe, just maybe, the real chosen one isn't even on the screen yet. What if the real host is one of us? Yeah, I know how crazy that sounds, but haven't you felt it too? That eerie sense that this story doesn't just want to entertain us, it wants to involve us. Like the camera lingers 1 second too long, the dialogue feels just a little too self-aware, as if the characters know they're being watched. That's not an accident. That's a warning. Maybe the reason Ocellus stares so intently through the glass is because he's looking past the screen. At you. And if that's the case, then I have to ask, are you prepared? If Ocellus offered you the deal of a lifetime, unlimited knowledge, power beyond human limits, but in exchange, you lose your humanity, would you take it? Don't answer too fast, because the comment section might just reveal more about who's really watching than you realize. And look, I'm just gonna say it, if you've stuck with me this far, you are part of this secret circle now. This is the kind of breakdown they don't want fans like us to have. The theories you won't find on Reddit, the whispers you won't hear on podcasts. But here, we crack the forbidden codes wide open. So if you're not already subscribed, what are you even doing? Hit that button and stay locked in with us, because when the truth drops, you'll want to be here first. Trust me. So what do I think? Honestly, I think episode 7 isn't just a story about monsters, it's a mirror. It's asking us if humanity even deserves to be at the top anymore. And judging by the chaos in every frame, the answer might already be written. But hey, that's just my take. Now I want yours. Was Ocellus right all along? Or are we still in control of our destiny? Drop your theories, roast mine if you have to, and let's see who cracks the next piece of the puzzle first. Because if there's one thing this show has proven, it's that nothing, and I mean nothing, is ever what it seems. And if episode 8 really is the endgame, then this was just the calm before the storm. Brace yourselves. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And if you hear a faint tapping on your window tonight, don't panic. It's probably just Ocellus saying hi. Or, it's just your neighbor's cat. Totally normal. Sleep tight.